WTV Sports back with another video. Long time no see. We got y'all should be familiar with him already. Love one and hate one in the building. Just talking some boxing, just like always. We got one topic for y'all. Billie Joe Saunders versus Canelo, announced for May 8th, 2021. I believe, right? Or 2022. I think it's 21. So,
yeah, man. Canelo Alvarez versus Billie Joe Saunders. Man, is I think May 8th.
yeah, May 8th.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Some people just think this is just some cruise over fight for Canelo Alvarez, man. Like my boy TB Sports, and I gotta check the man. I feel like, okay, this is how I feel like Billie Joe Saunders is a fighter that fights to the level of his competition. It's been shown in several of fights. He reminds me of Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury he can have a close fight with somebody on a lower opposition, somebody on a lower level,
right?
But they beat a top fighter like a Deontay Wilder or a Vladimir Klitschko. So, as you guys can see, man, Billie Joe Saunders, he beat Chris Eubank Jr., gave him his first loss. He beat David Lemieux. Now, some people may feel that was nothing, but he has some credible wins over there. Andy Lee, Willie Monroe. Billie Joe Saunders got skill. And I must also add to this, he knows how to finesse. And that might not be a good thing. Shit, it might just be a bad thing. But it's good in certain situations, man. He knows how to finesse. And when I can get deeper on the finesse part I'm talking about, like Tyson Fury knows how to finesse. They know how to pull little slick shit to have an advantage in the fight. Yeah, some people might call it cheating, but I'm going to call it finesse, all right? Now, finessing benefits the fighter that is finessing. Cheating, finesse, or whatever, But the problem, and this is why I can't just pick Billie Joe Saunders in this fight, is because he's going against a guy that knows how to finesse himself. He might be king finesse. Shit, if not, king cheat, whatever you want to call it, My thing is, man, there's no way that Canelo Alvarez gonna win this easy, man. Billie Joe Saunders has that hard type of style. Now some people may say, "Oh, he got a lot better since the Erislandy Law fight. He's way better." But at the same time, it's like Billie Joe Saunders got speed. He's faster than Erislandy Law to me. The foot speed, the reflexes. Mm-hmm. He has good conditioning. I don't never notice Billie Joe Saunders getting too tired in the fight. I've noticed Canelo on several occasions get tired in the fight. Now, some people could say, Canelo got the power to keep Billie Joe Saunders, or Billie Joe Saunders don't got the power to hurt Canelo. That's true. But I can see Billie Joe. See, the problem with Billie Joe Saunders, he has to fight a perfect fight. And he can't go down, because we know if he goes down, he automatically loses the fucking fight. He loses the fucking fight. That's right. So he has to stay on his feet and use lateral angles and shit to outbox Canelo, man. I mean, that's all the boy doing. But holla at your boy.
Saunders. Yeah, I mean, you say, he went out, and sometimes he does get well against, his different competition. He fights down to the level of his competition. But I mean, I'm sorry. It looks like he was really trying against Caceres, number one. And I mean, he didn't look very impressive at all. He didn't look like he was gonna go in there and fight with Canelo. I mean, Canelo, he's a very smart fighter. He's been in there with a Mayweather. That's gonna help him. He's been in there with a Mayweather. He's been in there with Lenny Lara, different slick fighters. He's been there with all kind of fighters. He knows how to adjust. He knows how to, fight. He knows how to fight against different styles. So I don't think Billie Joe Saunders, a guy who struggled with Coceres. I mean, he was trying that fight, man. It's not like he was going in there just relaxing. He was trying in that fight, and Coceres gave him a good fight. I mean, it's. I don't think he's gonna do. He's not really impressive to me. I think, Canelo Alvarez is gonna walk him down, use the jab and everything. And I think it might even be, maybe I think he might even stop Billie Joe Saunders, because I mean, like I said, Billie Joe Saunders is he's slick, but Canelo Alvarez, he has different. He might even be the best defensive boxer in the game right now. So all that just he did it. Just punch him whenever you want to, getting everything off. It might not work against Canelo. Canelo is very technical. He's a very technically sound boxer, and if you styles make fights, but if you can't dominate a guy like Coceres, you're not gonna do nothing with Canelo. Like I said, you think Mayweather at 37 would have struggled with Marcelo Coceres? No.
He struggled.
Huh?
He struggled with Castillo.
No, that was no. I'm talking. No, whoa, that was Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd. I'm talking about 37-year-old Floyd when he fought Canelo. You think he would have struggled with Coceres? Nah, he would have destroyed Coceres. But Coceres gave him a good fight, man. This is Canelo Alvarez, one of the greatest fighters of all time. So,
but Mayweather not the type of fighter that fight to his level of his competition. Like Mayweather pretty much take everybody seriously. Billie Joe Saunders not that fighter that take everybody. Like you said, he fighting against Coceres, whatever the hell his name was. But Canelo, what's the homeboy name? Tyson Fury was trying against Otto Wallet. What are you trying to say? Like, and then he stopped.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying, he looked like he was really. It wasn't. It's not like Billie Joe Saunders just went in there with the Coceres fight and just playing around and like on some Mayweather tension type stuff, just running around, jabbing. No, he was fighting, man, and he was getting just. I mean, he was getting the fight taken to him, man. Although he did do well, he knocked him down in the 11th round and everything. Coceres gave him a good fight. He ain't just going there and just embarrass Coceres. This is like if you think you're gonna just outbox Canelo, then the Coceres fight should have been on some Guerrero Mayweather type stuff, man. I mean, it's like he really wasn't like that impressive. He did well and everything, but he really wasn't that impressive. Canelo Alvarez, he's a very technically sound boxer. So you ain't going to get everything off.
My thing is, when it comes down to you saying, "Oh, he really wasn't that impressive," when you say he really wasn't that impressive, like you just can't use that for every person because, shit, I could use many examples of fighters they really wasn't that impressive, and then they look good in their next fight. Example: Anthony Joshua when he faced Andy Ruiz in that first fight. Andy Ruiz wasn't even top 15. He didn't even look impressive. Shit, he didn't even win. He got stopped in that fight. And then he came in the very next fight and he looked impressive, boxing on the back foot in the barn.
Well, man, those are two totally different situations, though, I would say. Because,
I would say totally because it's like sometimes you would look at, how would it totally?
Because, he was dominating that Ruiz fight and he got caught with one shot. That's it.
He just dropped.
Oh no, he was in. Well, I would say he was in the driver's seat. He was on his way to, he was doing well. I think if he hadn't gotten dropped, and the fight would have just continued in just a normal manner, he would have won.
I think you just saying that because Andy Ruiz went down. Andy Ruiz didn't get up hurt. It's not like Andy Ruiz got up hurt.
No, but Joshua was. You can go to the scorecards too. Joshua Ruiz, I can get that for y'all. Joshua Ruiz won. Now I'm gonna pull that up right now because, like I said, that fight. I don't think that fight was even close before he. Because what I'm telling you, before the knockdown, they had Joshua.
What was the knockdown?
Let's see.
Wasn't it in the third? Was it fourth round?
Yeah, the knockdown would have been in the third round.
But that's just 3 rounds though. I mean, it's not like that's just 3 rounds. The first 2 rounds could be full-out rounds, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying Joshua was winning that fight before he, cause like I said, Joshua went in there, he got cocky. Ruiz caught him. Ruiz caught him. That's different though. I'm talking about because the entire fight with BJS and Coceres, the entire fight, it was basically, they were going back and forth. I didn't see anything. He didn't really dominate Coceres like that.
Well, that fight right there, I didn't really like that fight too much.
Yeah, I mean,
I just feel like Billie Joe Saunders, and when I say didn't look himself, I mean as far as training camp, it's like, come on, like we've seen that before, like even fighters have said this, like some fighters don't get you up, and I get what you mean by you saying, oh, he was really trying or whatever. Yeah, but was he really trying in training camp? Was he taking intense level sparring? Was he taking,
we don't know
high level sparring? No, he wasn't, because he knew the caliber of fighter he was facing wasn't the best or whatever.
But I mean, I don't know what he was doing in training camp. I'm just saying, them judging off the performance.
That's what he was in training camp though. He wasn't taking this fight like he gonna take a Canelo.
I mean, like I said, I don't understand how he was preparing for that fight. I don't know, but all I'm saying is, I know what the performance was, and he didn't perform very well against that.
Okay, I got a good question for you. Do you think that Tyson Fury trained like he did for Deontay Wilder in the first fight, like he did for the second fight?
I mean, it's possible. He could even train. I mean, that was a draw first fight.
No, I said the person, Otto Wilder. Do you think he trained for Otto Wilder like he trained for Deontay Wilder?
Like I said, I can't tell you how he trained for Wilder. I don't know. He could, Wilden's obviously not that good of a fighter compared to, not that dangerous of a fighter compared to Deontay Wilder. But
I think it's pretty obvious Billie Joe Saunders gonna train a lot harder for Canelo than he trained for the cat he faced last time.
Yeah, but I mean,
obvious.
I'm gonna say that Billie Joe Saunders, it's gonna go to experience too, because Billie Joe Saunders, he ain't fought nobody like Canelo.
Okay. Hell no. Yeah, you right about that. He ain't fought
Canelo,
not Canelo, but
his
resume not trash. He got some decent names on there.
Now I will say, Canelo's kryptonite is, they're slick fighters, real quick and slick fighters. I will give him that. But because he lost to Erislandy Lara, that's a fact. I don't even think we're gonna even debate that anymore. He lost to Erislandy Lara. He lost that fight, and then he lost to Floyd Mayweather, of course.
Controversial. I ain't gonna just say he just clearly beat Canelo.
Like I said, Billie Joe Saunders, if you want to win this fight, you got to kill Canelo. Okay, the scorecards are not in your favor. You have to kill him. Knockout is not enough.
No, he definitely the scorecard is definitely not in his favor. Or the fans. I mean, I think Canelo bring more fans, everything. He the A side, everything.
Yeah.
But Billie Joe Saunders is the champion, and I don't feel like Billie Joe Saunders is just going in this fight to sell his own. I feel like Canelo gonna win a close fight. I don't feel like he gonna no KO, no shit like that.
Like I said, I don't think Billie Joe Saunders can really give him like any problems. Well, I mean, he will. He might. He can. Kind of surprise Canelo maybe, but Canelo has fought the likes of Floyd Mayweather. Okay. He been in there with Lara. These are both guys. Styles make fights. These are both guys way superior. Well, I mean, Erislandy Lara is debatable, but Floyd Mayweather, he's definitely more superior fighter than Billie Joe Saunders. And Billie Joe Saunders gets caught a lot too. Martin Murray was catching him with some jabs too. So, I mean, you going in there with Canelo? I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, Billie Joe Saunders do get caught. I feel like he gets to a point. One of his weaknesses is he gets bored real fast, and he like he has a tendency of letting his foot off the gas pedal. I will say that.
And then the guys like Martin Murray fight. One thing I noticed I was consistent. He controlled the ring. That's not going. That might not work with uh with um with Canelo, man. That's not gonna work. He just control the ring, got whatever he wants to, and that's because he usually, like I said, he does well in all his fights because he doesn't really fight guys. He's never fought a guy like Canelo, so it's gonna be just a lot different in skill when he gets in there in that ring. Like I said, Canelo, he controls the ring. He can't fight off the back foot, but that's not what Canelo is. He's not a back foot fighter at all. Like I said, I think Canelo he'll dominate this.
All right, we just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, but it's May 8th though, y'all. May 8th, so get ready for that.
Yeah, man. I think Canelo wins a close decision. I just don't see no domination. But I agree, disagree. But you got any more thoughts on it?
Nah, man.